How can men die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods? Ladies and gentlemen, let me sail you through the gallant battle of Nangi Tekri. Just within 6 years of its raising, during 1971 war, 21 Punjab was tasked to capture Nangi Tekri under the able guidance of its commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel R.N. Sharma. On 10th December 1971, at approximately 1900 hours, Alpha and Bravo companies of 21 Punjab left forward assembly area of Mandir for the selected forming a place at 428 Charlie. Both these companies were being commanded by two Khalsa company commanders. Major Sher Singh Grewal was officer commanding Alpha Company, tasked to capture Nangi Tekri left, and Major P.S. Benz was officer commanding Bravo Company, tasked to capture Nangi Tekri right. Let us see how the attack by both these companies of 21 Punjab actually progressed. Alpha Company was the left assault company. While Alpha Company was moving towards their forming a place, probably their movement was detected by the enemy. Their alert signalers picked up a Pakistani radio transmission about Pakistani soldiers asking for artillery fire on the Alpha Company column. This input necessitated some quick thinking on the part of Major Sher Singh Grewal. He decided not to go to forming a place and changed the direction by deciding to attack from the area of Saddleton. After changing its direction, the company came across a minefield. To minimize the casualty due to mines, troops of Alpha Company employed unconventional methods of crossing the minefield not taught in any school of instruction. Troops moved by stepping on one stone after the other and made maximum use of the ground. All the while, move of the company was effectively covered by own artillery and mortar and the automatic weapons deployed in fire bays at CRP Hill. However, while negotiating the minefield in this unorthodox manner, they were effectively engaged by enemy artillery and medium machine gun fire. The men, instead of charging as per teaching, hit the ground for cover. It is at such critical junctures that factor of leadership comes into play, which influences the outcome of battle and creates history. When the troops of Alpha Company hit the ground in face of enemy fire, Major Sher Singh Grewal came to the forefront and motivated his men by himself charging in front and asking his men to follow him. The motivational dose dispelled the fear of death which had seized the troops. Having been instilled with confidence and personal courage of the company commander, troops of Alpha Company pressed their attack with a new vigor and managed to gain a foothold on Nangi Tekri. On the objective, a fierce hand-to-hand fight took place, and in the end, Alpha Company was successful in capturing the assigned objective. Pakistani troops were forced to abandon their well-prepared positions. 2 soldiers were made prisoners of war, and a large quantity of arms, ammunition, and warlike stores were captured. As stated earlier, Bravo Company was the right assault company for the capture of Nangi Tekri. They were given a very inspirational and motivational pep talk by Commanding Officer 21 Punjab prior to their departure from forward assembly base, wherein he reminded them of the new chapter in the history of Punjab Regiment that they all will be writing by capturing Nangi Tekri. The attack went on at scheduled H hour. Initially, the company suffered some casualties due to heavy volume of enemy artillery and small arms fire, but the brave troops continued to move with grit and determination. On the other hand, own artillery and firebays were also able to cover their move to some extent. En route to the objective, company encountered enemy minefield. By this time, heavy enemy artillery and mortar fire had made a large number of craters in the minefield. Bravo Company also resorted to an unorthodox method of crossing the minefield. They stepped from one crater to another in order to avoid mine casualties. Despite their precautions, they lost some lives due to mine blasts. However, they managed to close in towards the objective. As they came in close vicinity of the objective, enemy opened up with heavy medium machine gun fire and stalled the move of the company. It is in these situations when momentarily the enemy appears to be having an upper hand that an individual daredevil act turns the tide and clinches the victory. The time when the situation appeared to be a no-go, 2 brave soldiers, Lance Naik Trilok Singh and Sepoy Avtar Singh, decided to silence the medium machine gun. Sepoy Avtar Singh crawled up to the medium machine gun and loaded a grenade through the loophole from which it was firing and silenced it forever. In doing so, Sepoy Avtar Singh received a long burst and died. For this act of valor, he was awarded a Veer Chakra posthumously. Elimination of enemy medium machine gun post electrified the spirits of the company, and in one swift spurt, Bravo Company was able to clear the remaining pockets of enemy resistance in this well-fortified Nangi tekri. As you are aware, Jungle Tekri was also earmarked as the Phase 1 objective. Delta Company 21 Punjab deployed on Forward Defended Locality (FDL) 425, 426, 427 range was given the task of capturing Nangi Tekri. One rifle company X9 Rajputana rifles was earmarked as reserves. On the afternoon on 10th December 1971, the religious teacher commonly known as Baba Ji showered God's blessing on Delta Company, commanded by Major Ahuja, and infused them with a burning desire to uphold the image of their motherland and regiment and leave no stone unturned to achieve victory even if they had to make the supreme sacrifice of their life. Fully motivated with the inspirational talk of religious teacher, the gallant lads of Delta Company left Forward Defended Locality (FDL) 425 at 1800 hours towards the objective. The route to be taken by the company was through the covered approach of Mandala Nala, which had a steep gradient and thorny bushes. The going was very difficult, and in the darkness, the company column got divided into two. Number 10 platoon and company headquarter being together at one place balanced two platoons at one place. All efforts to establish link-up went in vain. The attack appeared to have fizzled out even before it could take off. The company commander Major B.R. Ahuja then took the audacious decision of attacking the objective with just a platoon and company headquarter elements, violating all norms of numerical superiority taught in the schools of instructions. This decision of the company commander initially caused a lot of resentment in the troops that it was suicidal to attack with just a platoon's strength. Major Ahuja's firm stand that he will personally lead the attack and all available troops will follow him close at his heels cleared all the apprehension and removed the element of fear in his men. Own effective artillery fire helped in pinning down the enemy, and own troops utilized the opportunity to close in with enemy deployed at Jungle Tekri. Subedar Balwant Singh of the company used a very innovative method of making up the shortage of manpower by effectively using psychological warfare. He was loudly and boldly shouting orders to fictitious companies and platoons to attack from left, right, behind, thereby giving impression to enemy troops deployed at Jungle Tekri that they were surrounded from all sides, thereby breaking their will to fight. Preponderance of artillery fire, the dark night, concealed move and projection of overwhelming strength gripped the enemy troops with fear psychosis, who ran residue to the tactics employed by Subedar Balwant Singh, which enabled number 10 platoon of Delta Company to capture Jungle Tekri. It was the audacious move coupled with bold courage, firm leadership and motivation which led to the victory of Jungle Tekri, a task which was considered unachievable by all dictions of warfare. This is how the Jungle Tekri was captured an hour before midnight on 10th December 1971. Charlie Company 21 Punjab was tasked to capture Jungle Bump in Phase 2 of the battalion attack after the capture of Nangi Tekri. Charlie Company took the same route which had earlier been taken by Alpha and Bravo companies. Bravo Company provided the forming up place to Charlie Company. H hour was to be 2:15, 11th December 1971. The company commander of Charlie Company planned to capture Jungle Bump by skirting Nangi Tekri from the right. No sooner than the attack was launched, an enemy medium machine gun opened up from the left shoulder of Jungle Bump, bringing down effective fire on the assault troops. The advance temporarily checked till such time accurate 2-inch mortar fire was able to silence the medium machine gun. The advance commenced again, but to their surprise, another medium machine gun opened up from Jungle Bump and stalled the attack. At this moment, the company commander tasked Naik Khajur Singh, a Daredevil section commander, to crawl up to the medium machine gun and silence it by lobbing a grenade at the medium machine gun bunker. With utter disregard to his personal safety, he crawled up to the bunker in face of heavy volume of enemy fire and managed to lob the grenade in medium machine gun bunker with complete stealth and surprise. Silencing of medium machine gun cleared the path, and the troops assaulted the objective with the energy that they had in them and managed to overcome enemy resistance in fierce hand-to-hand fighting. By 2:15, the troops of Charlie Company 21 Punjab were proud victor of Jungle Bump. For the gallant action, Naik Khajur Singh was awarded Veer Chakra. This, in nutshell, was the Battle of Nangi Tekri Phase 1 and Phase 2. By 2:30, 11 December 1971, Jungle Tekri, Bump 1 and Nangi Tekri had been captured by us. At the time, Alpha Company 9 Rajput Rifles, which was placed under 21 Punjab, for this attack was in Mandala Nala waiting for further orders. The route required to be taken by this company was from its present Nangi Tekri position in Mandala Nala to Jungle Tekri, Bump 1, Nangi Tekri Deep. After the success on Bump 1, this company was passed the orders to move forward for the attack on Deep. At 4:30 on 11 December 1971, when troops of Alpha Company 9 Rajput Rifles were advancing from Bump 1 to Deep, its forward element were engaged by heavy medium machine gun fire from Deep. As a result, the men hit the ground and assault was stalled. Since this part of the enemy area was not under own observation, the men were completely unfamiliar with it and were literally groping in the dark. At this juncture, an enemy prisoner of war captured at Bump 1 gave the information that there existed a mule track leading from Bump 1 to Deep. This track was quickly located by the forward troops of the company and the advance was resumed. Major Malik led the advance of the company. Soon the company encountered a high dense minefield laid on the track. Undaunted by the minefield, Major Malik decided to walk through. For this daring decision, they suffered some mine casualties but were able to reach the outskirts of Deep by 0600 hours on 11th December 1971. As a result of setbacks suffered during the last two encounters, the morale of enemy troops was quite low and they did not offer much resistance. In a matter of 1 hour, by 7:15, Alpha Company of Rajput Rifles captured Deep, pushing enemy troops further down towards Sonari village, which is on the eastern banks of Poonch River. The battle did not end here. On 12th December 1971, the observation post at Bump 1 was fired upon effectively from Bump 2. Lot of enemy move was observed on Bump 2. Commanding Officer 21 Punjab, after quick review of the situation, decided to chase down the enemy from Bump 2 also. With no hope of additional fresh troops, Lieutenant Colonel R.N. Sharma, Commanding Officer 21 Punjab, decided to form an ad hoc company by pulling out some Jawans from all rifle companies. The company commander Major Bhupinder Singh was tasked to lead the company for capture of Bump 2. Enemy who had suffered only defeats in this sector failed to put up much resistance. At 4:45, Bump 2 was also added to the war booty. With enemies' morale sagging low, devoid of any will to fight, it was decided to exploit the situation, thereby leading to the capture of Deep, Bump 2 and Tekri. As a result of this exploitation, the far-flung forward defended localities of Chaku, Parvinder, Som, Victor and Bahadur are now held by own troops today, effectively dominating the Poonch River by observation and fire. This is how the gallant Nangi Tekri troops of 21 Punjab wrote a new history on 11th and 12th December 1971 by capturing Nangi Tekri. Gentlemen, for the gallant battle of Nangi Tekri, one officer, second lieutenant Pushpinder Vaid, one junior commission officer and 23 other ranks of 21 Punjab made the supreme sacrifice and faded away. Besides 3 officers, 1 junior commission officer and 102 other ranks were wounded in action. For this gallant victory, Lieutenant Colonel R.N. Sharma was awarded with Mahavir Chakra. Veer Chakra was awarded to Sepoy Avtar Singh posthumously and Naik Khajur Singh. Major Sher Singh Grewal and Gunner Ram Murthy of 195 Field Regiment were awarded with Sena Medal. Mention in dispatches were awarded to Major Y.D. Sharma and Major C.B. Bhalla. शहीदों की चिताओं पर लगेंगे हर बरस मेले, वतन पर मरने वालों का यही बाकी निशान, चढ़ती कला।